So one of the biggest points of contention in Dead by Daylight about the health of the game long term is that there is a desire and a need for modes. And I conceptualized a couple of different modes that I think would be really fun for Dead by Daylight. The first mode is 5 perk mode, and this would be framed as a learning mode where newer survivors and newer killers could play with one extra perk, learn the character slightly better, and stick with perks that make them feel comfortable. This would also really help with people who don't really want to play super sweaty. They want to have as many advantages as possible while playing, and it would give them an opportunity to do so. Then regular 4 perk mode, and this would just be the super casual gameplay, and I imagine that most of the regulars would stick to this particular mode. Then we have 3 perk mode. The way that this would change is that this mode would lock your perks to the character that you're playing. So for example, if you're playing Trapper, you will have agitation, brutal strength, unnerving. If you're David, you would have no mither, we're gonna live forever, dead hard, etc. So you would be locked to those characters. This would be a great mode for people who are trying to adept, along with other people who are also trying to adept. It would really help because everybody would be on the same sort of playing field. Everyone would have the same objective, and it would make it a little more fair for those who are trying to do that in regular mode. And it would also be sort of puzzle-like gaming because you have to play differently. This mode would also lock it so that only one of each character type could be in a match. So no 4 stacks of David, no 4 stacks of Fung, no 4 stacks of any character. It is all unique survivors. Then there would be a no perk mode, and this would be framed as the super hardcore competitive mode for those people who feel like they only need a good item or add-on in order to win a match. And this would kind of bring all the super sweats over into one dedicated server so that they could all play really competitive with each other. I do think that a 2 and a 1 perk mode are viable in theory, but ultimately I think it would get a little stale and uninteresting. Maybe you could frame it as a mode for people who still want a little bit of a challenge without sacrificing their favorite perk, but I think the other modes would be more interesting. And finally, as many people have been asking, a hide and seek mode, and this would be where the trial starts with 8 survivors, no gens. There's a 10-second timer in which the survivors have to find a good hiding spot. Then the killer is spawned in. Once you get hooked, you're out. And the goal is to outlive everyone. I think this would be really fun. It would help those people who are trying to figure out how to loot better, how to hide better, how to sort of get better map awareness without necessarily needing to compete. And it would also help with the killers who are just trying to get better at it. I think each one of these modes would be really healthy for the game, would help the longevity of the game, and I think would make a really big difference long term. But let me know what your thoughts are. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to click that like button. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Goodbye!